How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Investing with Zeke. So yeah, little update on the portfolio. What I got going on. Um, Palantir, I love you. You've been wonderful and great to me. I'm not the type of guy that's gonna just sit here and be like buy more and hold on to it for the rest of your. That's you guys do what you want to do. I will never badmouth this stock, even regardless of the valuation it gets to. I'm never going to criticize this stock. This was one of my first loves, actually. So it was sad to let her go. She was great to me. It's just I couldn't afford her anymore. She got expensive. She got expensive on me. So and I seen other opportunities in the market. So that's actually, a little bit of why I decided to pivot a little bit. I'm still going to be paying attention because the thing with Palantir, and you could look at it still as cheap, because I value Alex Karp as $100 billion man. So what? It's a $219 billion market cap. Cut 100 billion off because Alex Karp is worth that. Just like I believe Elon is worth 500 billion. And I'm not like the massive fan of him, but I know what he brings to a company. I mean, he's like a genius with the whole getting the stock to go up. That's his job, and that's what he does best. And then also putting engineers where they need to be to look that great, so I thought all of this was priced in, the Iron Dome, the fact that Palantir was going to protect the United States. So it obviously hasn't been. This stock could go to 150 to 200 bucks, and I hope it does, especially for the holders. I mean, it's a great company, great team, and they have a great future ahead of them. It's just my love for Robinhood, right? I didn't realize that the Robinhood Gold card was actually made out of gold. That's kind of crazy. So just holding on to it is valuable. By the way, I've been using the Robinhood card just for gas. I pay it off immediately because the rates are insane on it. So just like any other credit card. But I like what Robinhood's doing. I mean, they're more consumer based. They do B2B. Hopefully they get into B2B, but I don't care if they do. But business to business, to where they start offering 401ks for big companies. I could see them doing that. But really, it's their usability. I mean, they have an app that they see. Right now I value Vlad at $50 billion. So what's the market cap over at Hood? Let's look. Let's see here. I didn't even pull this one up. So you got a $36 billion market cap with $4 to $6 billion in cash, growing at 40 to 50% a year. This is, and Vlad, really, Robinhood reminds me of Facebook. Just the ease of it. I think Mark brings 100 billion to his company too, maybe even more. You could probably actually put him on that Elon category. And I think Vlad's going to get there. So Vlad alone, in my opinion, is a $50 billion man just because of how he runs the company. How he innovates. You got contracts on presidents, on fights, on games. They could get into gambling. I see they're getting into the IPO. They are crypto. Like, really, they if you want to buy crypto, what are you going to use? Coinbase? Nobody wants to do that. Or what? You're going to use Webull? By the way, Webull came out, ran up hundreds of percent. It ain't worth nearly what Robinhood is. So it's just, I seen a better opportunity in the market, and I'm looking to add aggressively to stocks like, Robinhood. I like Win. Win is friends with Trump as well. You know, it's a travel play. It's a good China play without investing into China. I like Boeing. This is what I've also talked about in December. It was the company as I was looking to buy was Boeing, Baba, these, and that's where I transitioned to. So I understand, and with what you get with Boeing, I understand there's debt, so you're only at $121 billion market cap. You definitely don't got the greatest, most powerfulest CEO. I mean, he's an average one. He's, I've heard of him. I know people who know him. But from what I hear, he is a stand-up guy. I forgot his name. I don't really care, because what Boeing brings is a defensive contractor, a travel play. It's like an ETF, of everything I want at a really good market cap. I see, the stock being a $300 to $600 stock, someday. And I believe it's extremely safe. And Boeing, of course, is in that, good old boy group with Trump's people. So, China isn't buying anymore. They really need to fix this problem. Because another company I have is Alibaba. And I think they're going to work it out. And I actually went aggressively to fill out my position while this was all happening, thinking that this deal was going to get done last week. But apparently there's a lot more to it. He needs to start backpedaling quickly and hopefully get more of a fair trade deal of some sort, just so both of them can feel like they won. Xi Jinping is really good, really close with Jack Ma, which is the CEO of Baba. Jack Ma is a $300 to $500 billion guy. He is the Elon Musk of China. I mean, I know you got, Jensen's, I guess, American, but Jensen actually, the head of NVIDIA, flew to Beijing immediately to meet with Xi Jinping when these tariffs came on. So that's good news for NVIDIA holders, but I just think Baba is better. I really do. I think it's the Amazon. On top of that, they have Alipay. When you land in China, you pretty much got to download Alipay, which is ran by Alibaba, and actually Alibaba is working with Xi Jinping to try to help get through these tariffs. They're actually investing into China, so him and JD is another company out there that's really helping China try to get over this. So I have a good position there, and people are like, well, what about them delisting? Gonna delist? They're not gonna delist anything, guys. They're really, look at this. We have Fartcoin. We have Fartcoin on that you can buy. So and you can buy BTC, you can buy Bitcoin, but you're telling me you can't buy Baba? They're not going to do that. And if they do that, we're going to war, because if you're going to really delist Chinese equities from the US stock exchange and try to isolate them, you're putting a rabid raccoon in a corner. You really are. So it's not something that I see being done. I mean, I don't know a lot about the CCP regime. I'm not a fan of it, of course. I'm not a fan of a lot of things that go on. But when you see a good company that is going to contribute to society, like I do think Baba's going to do, I gotta go with it. I think it has a way better valuation. Yeah, $259 billion valuation on Alibaba. Keep in mind they have $120 billion just in the bank account. So they're ready to go. They're locked and loaded. They're buying back shares like crazy. We got Bitcoin at 85,000. So I think we're going to open green. I just wanted to get it out there. Yeah, I did. I did sell Palantir. Will I get back into Palantir? Depends. I got to hear something amazing to validate the evaluation, or it's got to drop down probably below 50. I'm just being honest. But I do love the company, and like I said, there is ways to value that company. If you're looking to get into defense, you're not going to beat, unless you're going to go with the NOC, which is the Nordman Group, gunman group, which I almost thought about buying, but, big player in drones, big player in defense contracting. So is Boeing, and Boeing gives you the travel. So that's why I'm going with Boeing. I'm still looking for that great new stock. I even tried to look into Archer too, which, by the way, Boeing owns some Archer. So yeah, I just can't find any. I can't find any new companies. I'm still looking though. But these are kind of the companies I'm looking to build out my position in. I almost bought some Ethereum, but I really want to finish out my Robinhood position, which I have not sold a share of Robinhood. I just want a big position. So anyway, just letting you know what's going on with the whole Palantir thing. And I'm going to actually be come out with another portfolio. I seem to do this frequently. But it's usually the same stocks. I'm trying to find, though, a new one. Allegiance looking good, too. So I'm going to look into that, too. But anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.